you can guess where you are right now. You're in the art room, and I've got a fun project for you to make. You can see it's my three-dimensional mask, and you've seen me have these out talking about paper curling and paper cutting. I did this project with a class a few years ago, and I haven't done it since. I thought your class would have fun doing it. And you can see in that all the different shapes they did in their faces. They chose an animal. So what you're going to be doing is, before you start the project, I'd like you to look on your computer or in a book and find an animal that you really identify with. You could almost say it could be your magic, meaningful animal to you, as like a magical creature. And I don't mind if it is a magical creature. Unicorns are welcome in this project. So as we do it, we take any kind of heavier paper, and it doesn't have to be the white. The white is nice to work with, but whatever you have around your house that would work, the larger it is, the heavier the paper should be. But if you were doing a smaller one, you'd be thinking about your animal, what you might want it to be, and you always know you're going to fold it in half depending on which shape. So if you were doing a panda bear and you had a rectangular piece, you might want to go the opposite of what I just done there. You might want a paper that literally folds hamburger style. So it's going to be up to you when you start. So in a mask, what you're doing, no matter what animal it is, you're basically going to have the two eyes, and you can start before you decide what to do. Is remember, if you do half of the shape in some of the cutting, it will come out even on both sides, and then you're going to add pieces to it. So if I was doing an animal with a large nose, remember we're just talking about the face, I might do this, and I'm going to know my eyes are going to be about there, so I'm just making a mark there. So when I cut out the nose, I am just going to start on the fold with an animal's wide nose, but I'm not cutting it off. I'm just doing that. And then we know about the pinching for anywhere my eye might go. I have to do this, and I might just start out with just a hole to get inside there. But I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to come back in and do an animal eye. So I'm going to come back now because I'm inside, and I'm going to do the shape of an animal's eye. So right now, I've just got a rectangle, and I've got the nose, but I've got the start that I can come back and do a little folding to bring out my shape. So right now it's like this, so it's pretty basic. I'm going to think about anything I'm adding. If I was doing this, I can think about, I think this might be more of a cat face, and I might come back and do a curve. And rather than cut these pieces off out here, I'm going to add fur out here. I think I'm going to just start and cut just to get the feeling of where my fur might be. I'm just going to do that, little cuts. So you're going to be thinking of yours. I'm going to keep this wide because I'm going to add ears up here. So I can come back and I can check where I was and repeat this or do this at the same time. So you can see. So where it gets fun. So this is just my basic shape. So this is getting where when the class started, I've got my basic shape there. So as I start to think about adding on now, I can actually build this nose bigger because right now I can see that it needs more strengthening. So I can take and repeat a stronger piece coming in to make that nose heavier. I'm going to start pieces like this. So when I do this, if I glue this here, look what I've just done. I'm adding strength to where the nose is going to be because I'm going to have that coming out. And I'm adding above the eyes, so I'm adding space to my piece of paper. So as I keep doing, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Up here, I'm definitely going to be adding more fringing and cutting for that fur I was talking about. Okay, so there, we'll go from there. And if I glued that down here, you're going to have fun with this project. We would have been doing this in class, but this is a project that you can really spend a lot more time with at home. So you can start to see how it's starting to get a feel of the animal I want. And it's like I said, as many layers as you want to keep going on this. When I want to curl something, I can take pieces again. If I keep my paper folded and I do a curve piece, start to see what this is doing here. I'm going to start, I think I'll curl it before I add it. So I'm going to do that where we've done this before, where I'm literally going to roll the paper up. And I'm going to start adding my pieces like this so I can start getting more dimension in my mask. So you can start to see how it's going to, I'm going to continue to build it. And then you can see here, like on this one, where then I came back and I did another layer on the eyes. I made eyelashes. I made another piece here for in the eyelid. I did down here on the nose, I added whiskers. And again, the same thing with cutting the paper. I cut it thinner down here. So on this one, I used the same paper on the entire face. And then I came back and I added these big ears. So you can see, as this starts here, it's going to turn into a little smaller version of this one, but it's going to turn into a mask that will be sticking out. The fun thing with these is they're really nice to mount on your wall, like in your bedroom, for a wall hanging on your wall, and then you'll just mount it with a couple little tacks on your wall, and you'll have this really nice mask that you've made today. And again, if it takes more days, take as long as you want with making it. You're going to have a lot of fun with this project. You all take care.